You now know some things you can do with Photoshop. You've worked with layers a little bit, and you have also saved it and opened new files. We're going to start a new one today, so go to File, New. This one is going to be your 4-picture collage. So I'm just naming mine 4-picture collage. I'm just going to go ahead and keep the width at 5 by 7 inches. You can change it to that if you want. My background is already transparent, but you can change that as well. And I'm going to click OK. Now I have my first layer, and just like we did before, I'm going to go to File, Place, Embedded, and this time I'm going to find the picture that I want to use 4 of. So I should have a picture saved that I'm going to use 4 times and edit. It's probably not going to be your green screen photo. That's just what I have in here, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Remember to actually place it onto your background. You click Enter, and that will get rid of the X that goes across it and is also going to give you your tools. So I need 4 of the same picture in the corners. So I'm going to go to Edit and Transform, and I'm going to scale this picture. So Edit, Transform, Scale, and then if I hold down the Shift key while I drag the corner, it will keep the perspective. I want to make sure that my picture is no more than 2.5 by 3.5 to make sure that I can fit them all on my 5 by 7. So I'm going to make it just about 2.5, and it did actually change the perspective there a little bit, I see. I'm going to start over. Must have let go of Shift. Shift key, and I want it about 2.5 inches high. As close as I can get there. Shows me the numbers as I drag. And now I click Enter, and it keeps it there. I can move it around if I want to. So the next thing I'm going to do is start duplicating layers just like we did last time. And we want to have 1 layer for each of these pictures once I get it the right size. So I just go up to the menu, Duplicate Layer. I'm going to name them each a number so I remember which is which. So this will be layer 2, and next one, layer 3, and then duplicate again, and layer 4. So now whichever layer is selected here, I'm moving that picture. So you want to line up the corners just right, and then select your next one and get them as close as possible to each other. And remember, just by selecting the layer on the side. And you can use the arrow keys to do slight adjustments as well. You just want them lined up as close as possible. And so it should look something like this. And don't worry about the extra canvas showing to the sides. That's not a big deal, and we have it transparent anyway. Now, as you select layers, you can start to edit them a layer at a time. And we can add masks to them as we did before. So just like before, the little rectangle with the circle at the bottom adds a layer mask. And with a mask, you can play around with some things on here. You can go to filters and try playing around with different filters to see what they look like. We've got to make sure we have it selected. So filter, gallery, shows my picture. I can do some different kind of filters to make it look different. Play around with it that way. And you can make adjustments over on the side. Keep playing around with it. And you're just going to go through and play around with each layer. So that was one thing I could do, is that type of filter. I could distort it, see what that looks like. I can go and use some of the drawing tools over on the left. And maybe I'll choose a new layer now. So I'll go to layer 4 and I can draw. And it says the smart object must be rasterized. If you click OK, that will be fine. And maybe I want glasses. So this is a project you can just have lots of fun with and see what you can do using the different tools and different editing to make each layer unique. And just keep playing with it and see what you can do. So I can play with liquefying my eyes on here and all kinds of things. And then when you're done, File, Save As, and always put it in your H drive and into Steam and into Photos.